Hello everyone, Shikha this side from Technical Cloud Knowledge, and I'm back with another lecture on Linux. And I hope you all are doing great. So, I greet you from our world. Okay, so this is the lecture number 21, and today we are going with the lecture number 21, part 2 of set command. So, here is the part 2 of set command, and today we will going to cover this lecture in a bit advanced format. So if you do remember that I have covered the part number 1 of set command, which is lecture number 20, and where I have discussed all information regarding set command, like what is set command, what are the duties of set command, what are the functions, and why do we need set command, and many more things. So for that you need to watch my lecture number 20 video. So if you want to know more regarding set command. And let me tell you that today's lecture is very important as we are going to cover set command in a bit advanced format. So for that you need to make sure that you watch my video until the very end so that you will not going to miss any important detail or information regarding set command, as it is one of the most powerful and universal command in Linux. Okay, so let's, without wasting our time, let's begin with the lecture first. Okay, so first, as we have discussed regarding the set command, so today we will going to do the things which we haven't yet done on our previous lecture. Like we will going to do the other duties of set command. Like first, we will going to know like how we can append the content in a file, how we can save the content in a specific file, how we can do the scripting by using set command, as well as we will going to do inserting as well. Basically, we will going to edit an original file by using set command. So for that, you need to watch the video until the end. Okay, so let's open the VMware workstation. Let's open it like that. Let me tell you that the set command is very important as in Linux administrator. So you need to know this command and its basic as well as advanced level. Okay, so we all know we are going to do all the operation on password file. So first we will going to copy that file on our current path. Okay, so first let's check the content, what is available under our current path. So let's copy the file path. Okay, so for that we need to write cp the path and the file name and wherever you want to copy the current path. Okay, now let's check. As you can see, the password file has been copied on our current path. Now we will going to do all the operation over this file only. So we do remember that what we were doing. First, let's read the file as this is the content which is available under file. Now, how we are using the set command? Basically, we are saying that if I want to print root word only, just print me this word. Okay, -n for the new changes. Just print me this word wherever this word or the content is coming under file password. That's how we are using the password for, that's how we are using the set command. Now if I want that wherever that word called root is coming under password file, just do one thing for me, that date command will mention over this word. Like wherever the root is coming, just mention the date command over this word called root. Okay, so that's how we're going to execute set command. So for that you need to use the option set along with inverted comma. Basically here we are not going to use -n because we don't want new changes. We want to see it in the file also, like we want to see it in the content of the file. So then set and then inverted comma. Here you define the word and then e. Basically e is referring for enhance. It will enhance that command, like it will enhance the option or the content, whatever you, in which way would you like to have. Okay, and the file name. So it will enhance date command over the word called root, wherever does it coming. So now when we check it, as you can see, so where that word root is coming in the first line and over this word the date command has been mentioning, as you can see in the 10th line too. So that's how we can mention a specific command over a specific word too. If you want to print at the first line, you can use this option as well. Here you just need to write, instead of root, here write 1. So it will print date command at the first line only. Now as we can see, only the first line has the date command. Okay, this line. If you want to do it in the second line, just write here 2 instead of 1. So when you check, you will able to get, as you can see. Okay, so that's how it will happen. If you want to print it in the third line, right here 3. Okay, as you can see. Okay, if you want to print in the 45th line, you can do even that as well. First let's clear the screen and write here 45th instead of 3. So now as we can see, over the 45th line of the content, it has appeared date command. It is not mentioned or necessary that we can only use the date command. We can do the other, we can also use the other commands as well. If you want to use here if configure command, or if you want to use ls-l command, you can do that as well. It is not necessary to do only one line or one command. Okay, so suppose if I want to write here, instead of date, I want to print here ls-l. Okay, so it will print ls-l in the third line, above the third line of content, as you can see. Okay, so that's how we'll get the output. If you want to print other command, like if I want to print if configure command in the third line, we can do that as well. Here we need to write, suppose I'm writing 10th line. Okay, so let's check. As you can see, above the 10th line, the if configure command is appearing. So that's how we'll provide the output. If you want to see the content, suppose here we are referring for that. Okay, now if I want to see the content in numbers, I just want to know how many number of content is available right now. So for that we use sed and then equals to option. Okay, then closes and the file name. Now as we are able to get the numbers along with the content name, but if we use here -n for the new changes, it will only provide the number of content, not the content name, as you can see. So that's how we can also check it, how many number of content is available. We don't need to use cat -n or nl command. Okay, so that's how we can check it by sed command also. Now what happens, basically, suppose if I want to check if I want to save the content of one file in another file, how we can do so. So basically, if we want to redirect one file of content to other, we basically use greater than option. Okay, suppose if you want to create a file, then you will use greater than option. If you want to append or redirect any file content to other, you will then use greater than symbol. So basically we use mostly greater than symbol for all of these works to save the content in another file. But if there is any option, we can do so by only using the sed command. So let me tell you, yes, there is an option we can use the sed command for like if we want to save a content of one file to the another, we can do this by the sed command also. The sed command has an option like that. So for that we need to run the command, but first let's understand by greater than symbol also. Okay, suppose I want to print that content. I want that at the first line, in the first line, print date command. Okay, password file. Now I want to print that content under a file called abc. Okay, now let's check abc file. You will get that output. See, so at the first line of the content, it is mentioning date command. So that's how we will print the content on another file too. If you want to do, like suppose if I want to run, I want to say that just print me wherever the root word is coming, just print me that content under the abc file, nothing else then. Okay, so you need to define the pattern like that and then check abc file. Now as you can see, basically we haven't used -n, so it will providing us the whole changes, new changes as well as the existing changes. So right here -n. Now let's check abc file. So now you are able to get the output according to yourself. Only the root word kind of content is available under abc file. So that's how we'll print or redirect one file content to another. Okay, so that's how it works. But I want to do with the sed command. So for that we need to use the syntax called sed, and then you need to write -n. I want to print wherever the root word is coming, then print it into a file called India. Close it and the file whatever the. So basically we are here using executing sed command and -n for new changes. I am referring here pattern root. Wherever does this word is coming, just print wherever does this word of the source file, password file, wherever does this root word is coming, print me this word into the India file. How we can do so? Basically W is for write, so it will print root word content under the India file, and the source file is password. So whatever the content is available under password file regarding root, it will print that in India file. So when you run it, you will able to get the output in India. Let's check it by cat command. So as we can see, okay, so that's how we'll append the content or redirect the content of one file to the another. So that's how it works by using the set command only. Okay, now I think we are clear with that much. Okay, so I think you are done with that much. Now basically what happens, till now we are just using the printing option. We are just doing the changes in a temporary way. There is no changes happening in the original file, does not having like nothing, any change happened in the existing file, or we can say the in the original file, nothing is permanent right now. All the changes are happening in a temporary way. Okay, so for that, suppose let me if I want to tell you that basically what happens, as I've already told you on my previous lecture, that the set command is mostly common, or we can say the basic usage is that substituting or find and replace. So basically what happens, set command will find that specific pattern and then it can replace it too with the another thing as well, with the another pattern as well. So for that we will going to do it now. Suppose if I refer, I want to change wherever the root word is coming under the content of password file. I want to change that word into the word knowledge. How we can replace it? First write sed, then I'm here saying replace. For the replace we use S option and the word called root. I want to replace this word to the word knowledge, and then close this and the file name. So let's check it. As we can see, so here we have executed the command. Okay, so as we can see, so wherever in the first line, the first word, the root is coming, so that's why it has changed it into knowledge. Basically it has only changed the first word because it is not changing the globally. If we want that it will change globally, wherever the root word is coming, globally change the root word into knowledge. So for that we need to use an option called G, which will refers for global change. It will change root word into knowledge wherever the root word is coming in your content of password file. So for that we need to use root knowledge, and then we need to here write G, which is in small, so that it will change it globally. Now as we can see, so wherever the root word is coming, it has changed it in globally. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. And in the 10th line too, as you can see, it has been changed to knowledge. Okay, so that's how it changed. If you want to change another word, if I want that wherever the home word is coming, just change it into cloud. Write home and write cloud. So when you check it, you will able to get. So as you can see, at the last line of the content, home word is coming and it has been changed into cloud. So that's how we'll able to get, and that's how we will replace the specific word by the another word by using set command. Okay, suppose if I want to change only first line of content, like wherever in the first line root word is coming, just change that content, nothing else. Okay, so for that we need to define the path like that. Remove this root, remove this here, sorry, just write one here. Okay, when you write here it will only remove, it will only replace in the first line, nothing else. As you can see, the first line is replaced, but if you check it in the 10th line, the root word is similar, exactly the same. Okay, so that's how it happens. If you want to write here in the second line, so wherever does in the second line the root word is coming, it will only change that word. Okay, suppose if I'm writing here in the second line, where does the bin word is coming, just change it into desk. Okay, so now as you can see in the second, as you can see, okay, so the bin word is has been changed into desk. So that's how the set command will work. Now, most of the people also want that can set command do this? Basically, they want to know that I don't want to change the first line. Where does the in the first time the root word is coming? I don't want to change it. It will be same as it is like that. But I want to change wherever in the second time root word is coming. So I want to change wherever in the second time root word is coming and after that. So for that you need to write globally but second time. Okay, so let's understand. Set S change root word into knowledge, but from the second time. Wherever does it coming in the second time. 2G and the file name. So as you can see, okay, so the first one hasn't been changed, but the second and the third one is changed. You can do that as well if you want to see that I want that where in the third line of in the first line or wherever does the third time root word is coming, just change this. So as you can see in the first second as it is, but the third word is changed. So that's how we can specify the pattern or the expression according to ourselves to get the output. Okay, so basically what happens sometimes by forgot or accidentally we write a word in capital or in small by forgot accidentally it happens. So as we are humans we do mistakes and it's our human nature. So true, if we forgot to do, like if we forgot to write the word root in small letters, if we like by mistake we have written the word root first character in R which is in capital letter, so Linux will not provide us the output according to ourselves. It will provide us because the Linux case is sentence sensitive, so it will not going to provide us the output. So for that we need to ignore such kind of small mistakes, and for that we need to use option I, which is ignore. Okay, so sometimes what happens, said I'm here saying change root word, and by mistaken I have written R capital in capital letter. Okay, change it into cloud, wherever does it coming, globally in the file called password. Now if you see that, see there is no change as the case sensitive, so that's why I have written here in capital letter R, so that's why it doesn't change. But when I use here I option, it will provide me the output. Use I, which is ignore small mistakes. So now as you can see, okay, so that's how the set command will work, will do its operation and be clear with the syntax and with the small things as well. Okay, now we are clear with that much. So till now we are doing the operation in a temporary way. Suppose if I want that till 1 to 10 globally change root to knowledge and remove this. So now till 10 it will globally change the root word to knowledge, as we can see that. Okay, now same I want to change, where does the till 30 I want to change, where does the no login word is coming, just change it into word call laptop. Okay, now we can see the login no login word is coming and it has been changed into laptop. So that's how we find the specific pattern and then we change it, we replace it. Okay, so that's how we'll do so. Suppose if you want that the content of one file should be similar with the other file content. I want, suppose I have created a file called Shikha, okay, and I'm writing some content under this file. I have written the content under this file and then let's close it this file. Now I want in the password file, whatever the content is available under password file, do replace this content with that line only. So for that, we need to use an option called SED and then our file name and the which file you want to change. Now, as we can see, the content has been changed into I am a DevOps engineer. I am a DevOps engineer. Okay, so that's how the content will work. Suppose if we write here set hyphen n and then we will use this option. So it will provide us the new changes. Okay, so the only we get new changes. I'm a DevOps engineer. Now if I want it in numbers, yeah, use here cat hyphen n. So as you can see, till 45. As we all know, under the new changes, 45 lines of content is available. So that's how we get 45 lines of content by I am a DevOps engineer. Okay, so that's how we can exchange the content available under specific files too. Okay. Suppose now we are done with our printing as well as by finding and replacing, substituting all of these. Now it's time to move with the other duty of set, which is inserting. Now we can do edit under our original file. So for that, first, suppose if I want to edit something under the original file. For that, we need to use option called hyphen I. Hyphen I refers for the insert. It will write whether you want to do any changes under the file. It will do it in the original file, insert in the file. So after that, you need to write whatever the change you want. I want that the root word should be changed to DevOps and it will change globally. Okay, and the file name, password. Before doing any changes in the original file, let's take the backup of this file as well. So that we have a backup, we can further, if we want to restore that backup, we can do so. Okay, we don't need to think a lot. After I need to do this, write backup file. Okay, now let's check password file. Now, as you can see, the changes has been done. DevOps, DevOps, DevOps. DevOps basically. Okay, I have forgot to write. Oh, so the changes has been done. And this happened in the original file. If you want to check it, go into the file, you will able to get to know. As we can see. So the changes has been existed in our original file. So that's how we insert the changes in an original file. If we want to exchange it, we can do as well. Right here, wherever the DevOps word is coming under content of password file, change it into the root word. Now let's check the file. So as we can see that the DevOps word has been changed to root. So basically all the changes has been happening in the original file. But if we do any changes in the original file, after that you want the password file again. So for that you just need to use your backup file. You can check it from your backup file. Okay, so you don't need to think a lot. Write cat password file, which is your backup file. Okay, you can check it whatever the content was available under your file. First let's check ls, like what is the file backup file name. So the backup file is password backup file. Okay, let's copy it from there also and then run cat paste. Now, so the content in this, there is nothing has been changed. So if we do take a backup right now, as we have taken the backup when it was DevOps, so now if we taken the backup when it is root, so it will provide us the output like that. Suppose if I do use here option called this. Okay, now let's take the backup file of this. Root and Now I'm changing it into engineer. Okay. Now let's go to password backup file. So as you can see, so there is no changes under password backup file. So if we do changes in the original file, but we do have a restoration backup file. Okay, so that's how you don't need to worry if you do any changes in the original file too. Now, suppose if I want to change that, I want that uh, wherever does the word called mail word is coming, change it into user. Okay, then close it globally and the file name password. Now let's check. So in the starting, so as we get, so this is the answer. Okay, so that's the output we will able to get. So that's how we will do the printing, or sorry, we will do the inserting under the original file. If you want to insert something below the root word, wherever does the root word is coming, I want to insert a message under below this line. How we can do so? So for that we need to use SED, along with we can use hyphen I, and then write root. I want to print that below welcome option. Welcome to India. Wait a minute. So yes, after that we need to write the file location. What is the file? And then we need to write this. Okay, now let's check the file. Is the welcome to India message has been written below the root word or not? So as we can see. So here in the first line, the content of password file, in the first line root word is coming, and below this line the message has been printed. So that's how we will do so. Okay. Now if we want to write above that, so for that we need to use option called I. So basically a option is used for below, if we want to write below a message, if we want to print a message at the below of that specific word, so we use option A, and if we want to write at the above, we need to use option I. Okay, now let's check the file. So as we are able to see, okay, so the welcome to India has been message print at the above. So that's how the set command will work. If you want to write a message, if you want to print a message in the original file, you can do so. In the below we will use A option, and at the above we will use I option. Basically there is another option called C option. This option is used for, basically it will change the content to the that message, as well as it will print above and below the message. As we can see, let's do it as well. So here we'll use the option instead of I, C. So what will C do? It will change the content also. Now as we can see, the line has also been changed to welcome to India, and it has print at the above, at the below, as well as the line has also been changed. You can see in the above as well. Above as well. Okay. So that's how the set command will work. That's how it will print the message under the original file. Okay. Now I think you are clear with that much. So that's how we will use the set command. Now we are able to done with the inserting option as well. That's how we can do the inserting option. Now it's time to move with the scripting. Basically, why we use scripting in Linux, we will cover the further, like regarding the scripting lecture, we will do it in another further lecture. Right now I'm just giving a sneak peek. Basically we are going to use scripting in the advanced level. Okay, so in the scripting we are going to add it something. So first for that we need to use the open the file called vim password. In the scripting, suppose if I want to comment this all the lines, basically commenting in something like, we can use hashtag, like we can use hashtag before the message or the content, and this hashtag is refers for the, like if you do run any command, it will going to appear in front of you, but it has not any value. It is not worth for you. It does not perform any task or operation. So commenting is something like stable. It will appear in front of us, but it can't do anything. Just like a just like something or somebody on a rest. Okay, so that's how it will be in front of us but can't do anything. Okay, so for that, for commenting anything, how do we can use by sed command? For that we need to use sed. Okay, then you need to use option sed, along with you need to use option hyphen I, then write s and the hashtag. Okay, caret symbol and the hashtag. There you need to close this and the file called password. So that's how you will comment. Basically hashtag we are going to use. Okay, now we will check the file. So as we can see, all the file has been commented. If we want to remove the commenting, if we want to uncomment it, we can do as well. So for that we need to use option, remove the slash, and here use another slash, blanket. So now when you check it, you will able to get it. So uncommented. If I want to comment a specific line, we can do that as well. Just define one. Okay, and slash and hashtag. Okay, now let's check. So only the first line has been commented. If you want to do first to 10th, you can do that as well. Right here 1 comma 10. So it will print, it will comment 1 to 10 lines of content. Okay, under the password file. So as you can see, till 10th lines of content has been commented. Okay, so that's how we will uncomment. That's how we will comment the content under the file, or we can uncomment it as well. As I've already told you, when you go inside the file, you will able to know. So whatever being commented, it will provide you in the blue color. Okay, so that's how it happens. So now the last thing which we are going to cover in the sed command is that suppose if you want to delete a specific line of the content, you can do that as well by using sed command. So for that we need to use option sed and then that line whatever we want to delete and the file name. Okay, so when you do run this command, you will able to know that how we can delete a specific line under the content of the file, under the file basically. Okay, and one more thing, write hyphen I too. Okay, so now let's check the file. I have deleted first line. So as you can see, welcome to India has been referring here 3 times. Now it is only come at 2 times. Now if I delete here number of lines together, I want to delete 1 line, 2 line, 3 line together. We can do that as well. Let's check it. So as we can see, till bin, all these things has been deleted. Okay, so that's how we'll delete many lines. Suppose if you want to delete blank lines, you can do that as well. First let's come under the password file and here we will make some blank lines. Okay, after this let's create some blank line. Just give them space. Press O and then give some space. Okay, now I have done some space after games. Now let's close this file. Now we are going to delete the blank lines. First let's check under the file. As you can see, so after games option, games content, there are many blank lines. If we want to delete all these blank lines, we want to use sed hyphen I and then we need to use caret symbol and then dollar for blank lines, then close this. Okay, and write delete and then the file. So when you do write this, all the blank files has been deleted. Okay, so that's how we are able to see that after games there is no blank lines. So that's how we will delete blank lines too. So basically this is the lecture and this is the advanced level of set command. I hope you like this video and it will be helpful for you. And if you want to know more about Linux, if you want to know more lectures about Linux and more updates, so for that you need to be connected and updated with technical cloud knowledge and with me Shekha. So that's it for today and thanks for watching.